don't usually speak for other people, but I think people see me as very energetic, very upbeat, a very happy person, very involved. Can't deny that one. But people always say, oh, you have so much energy and you're always going. It's not accurate, but I don't know that I want them to know the real me or I shouldn't say the real me, but I'm not as upbeat and happy in reality, but I do what I need to do at the moment. You kind of learn to adapt.
Being in InterVarsity, which is a Christian organization on campus, I've gotten to have a lot of conversations with people about how they perceive us, and what I've heard is hypocrite a lot of the times, because Christians tend to say one thing and do another. That's not always true. But another thing is extremist. They just see us as like street preacher type people, like the people that come on campus and just kind of yell at people that they're going to go to hell and that they're perfect in every single way. We don't believe that everyone's going to go to hell. We're not going to be on that street corner yelling at you that fornicators, you're going to die, and homosexuals, you're going to die, because that's not what we're about. We're about speaking out of love. And that's what I would want to get across to them, is that InterVarsity is about relational evangelism. We're about relationships and getting to know you as a person, and then getting you to accept Jesus Christ as your Savior.
I think people see me as, well, they definitely see me as unique. I am very different. I'm very outgoing. I do a lot of outward expression. I have a lot of funny gestures. I'm really loud, and I think people see that, and I'm pretty sure they take me as either slightly crazy or mentally insane, and it's okay with that. I like people to see that I'm bubbly. I have a very bubbly personality. Sometimes it goes to a point where I'm so intent and I'm so just determined that everybody else has a good time that I don't have any happiness left for myself. And it sounds weird that way, but there's a part of me that's really depressed and really wishes that I didn't care as much as I did. But it's something I can't help. I love people. I love helping people, and I want them to see me as happy so that they stay happy. It's one of the things that's most important to me.
A lot of things. I quite honestly am not happy with who I am on many levels. I feel I'm only at my best when I'm doing things for other people. I hang on to my mistakes throughout my life. I have a real hard time letting go of them. My weight has been the biggest issue of my life that I have fought since I was 12 years old. And I wish I could have, if I could roll back time and not go down the path I did, I think that probably would be the number one thing.
I'm extremely introverted, so what this means is I internally process everything before I say it. This causes me not to take as many risks as I could, and makes me a lot more self-conscious about the things that I say. So because I don't want to come off as dumb or stupid, I tend to think a while on what I want to say, and if it doesn't come out perfect in my head, I won't say it out loud.
I don't think this is going to sound really conceited, but I don't really think I change anything about me. I like how I am. I like that I'm so vested in people. I like that I laugh. I like that I'm loud. I like that when I walk into a building, somebody can hear me at the other end of the building and know exactly who it is. I know this is probably a poor answer, but I don't think I'd change anything about my personality. I mean, if anything, I like me.
Quite honestly, growing up in the family I did, my parents are very generous and always have been, and are very involved in their community and their church and everything. And I saw that, and it just was a part of my life growing up, and I was involved through them.
I did not know until I joined InterVarsity and had accepted Christ myself that I'm a public speaker. God's given me a gift to talk to people, and so I enjoy public speaking on large scales because I'm funny, and I did not know that before. So I guess about myself, humor and being able to use that in a public setting. Also on small scale, like one-on-one basis too.
I like that I'm not so stuck up into the other half of like the girly stuff. Like, and this is going back to stereotypes, but I'm not stuck up into makeup, I'm not stuck up into hair, I'm not stuck up into shopping. That's not really stuff I'm into. I like that. I really like the fact that I like to go work on cars, I like to play sports, I like to go hang out with the guys, and I like doing stuff that, you know, stereotypically men do it more. Like working on cars, that's one of my favorite pastimes, and it's odd for a girl, but we're all going back to the stereotypes again, but that's what I really like most about me is
I was picked on a lot as a kid. I was made fun of, I was spit on, I had food thrown at me, I was mocked, I was the target. And I guess I made myself that way I was very socially awkward, and I still am. So it makes you an easy target, especially to mean kids. But I got through it, and I got through it on my own. I never went crying to anybody or whatever, and I've had a lot of bumps in the road, and I don't even think about them half the time because to me, it's just another day. If everything would have come easy for me, I've seen people that have had that life, and then when when they're faced with an obstacle, they're devastated. And it takes a lot to get me devastated at this point in my life. Quite honestly, it's like, yeah, I have bad days and there are disappointments, but it's not gonna push me out of the game.
I came from a very small school. My graduating class was approximately 27. So that's really small. So my life experiences there were limited, and the people I was exposed to also limited. When I came to college, I thought that I was going to be completely different. I was not looking for spirituality at all. I wanted to party. I wanted to break out of my introvertedness and be someone completely new. So party, that's what I was going to be about. But when I got to campus, I didn't know that the party was going to be so different.
Between high school and college that summer, my dad had to force me to fill out my college application. I didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to do anything. I was really, at that point in my life, I was really kind of just like, whatever. I didn't care where I went. I didn't care what education I got. I didn't care about anything. And then I came to college, and like the first couple of years here, I completely blew it. Like the chance to have a good GPA, I blew that just because I didn't care. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't know what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, and I didn't want to be in college for sure. I didn't care. I completely blew it. And then for about 2 years, I fought with my parents really badly. We went months without speaking to each other, and and that was probably one of the hardest things, because now I'm realizing, like, I'm watching my brother go through the same thing, and there's less hope for him than there was for me, and it's so hard if you don't have, like, your parents' support, and it's really sad that some kids don't have that, but it was really hard for me to realize that they just wanted what was best for me, and like I didn't know what I wanted for myself. And it's like, now that I'm about to graduate, I do know. I have a full-time job lined up when I get out of school, and it's really nice to go from having no purpose in life to having a set path that I really want to go for.
Start young, accepting who you are for what you are. I've never done that. I've always felt inferior by my own standards. And one thing I actually admire in so many of the youth today is how they are okay with how they look and who they are. Sometimes maybe too much so, but that's a pet peeve I have. I think it's important to be okay with who you are. I mean, you always want to try and better yourself, but not to the point of not liking who you are.
I guess when you're coming in as a freshman, everything's scary and new to you. And so those first couple of weeks are crucial, because that's when you make, some of those friendships that you're going to have for the rest of your life. I don't really know that for sure, but I'm told that, so you shouldn't be afraid to be who you really are. So my biggest advice is be bold or go home.
It's really, really, really true. Just be yourself. Be who you are. I mean, there is nobody and nothing in this world that should be able to suppress just who you are. Some people won't take the time to get to know you, and you just have to show them that you know what you're doing and that you know who you are, and then it's really easy to get accepted. And kind of on the same line of that, if you set your mind to something, if you set goals for yourself, you will get them. And never give up. It's the biggest thing. I know this from personal experience, but just if it gets overwhelming, there's always a support net. Everybody has a support net, no matter where it is. And it's just, if it gets overwhelming, just find help and just never, ever, ever give up. Goals are attainable, no matter what your goals are. I'm a girl and I work on cars. Not many people know that. And it's like, I'm fun to be around. I guess that's what I wish more people knew.
If you really knew me, you would know that Jesus wasn't a religion. He was a lifestyle.
If you really knew me, I would hope you wouldn't take me for granted.